yeah, going back to like foods and drinks and all that sort of stuff. I was just thinking about, when you wake up and you do your morning routine of like making your coffee, cup of tea, whatever it is, having breakfast. F- when I was having really vivid dreams, like a lot of messages coming through, I wasn't just doing my routine. I was really in the moment and like even making my cup of tea, making my breakfast or any meal or what it was, I was present in those moments and really enjoying the foods, regardless if it was junk food or organic food or anything. If I was really present and paying attention to what I was eating, my dreams were a lot more vivid, regardless of what I was eating. Like you've said before, you're eating chocolate and cookies and that sort of stuff. I've gone through different, I wouldn't say diets, but just different ways of eating. And it doesn't feel like that in itself has made a difference. I think it's my state of mind has played a part. And yeah, so when you are eating, regardless of what it is, if you're sitting down to a yummy cheesy pizza, which I love sometimes, or a nice home cooked meal or whatever it is, if you're present and really enjoying it like with your family or with your pet or even just by yourself on the park bench, whatever it is, if you're really present with that meal, I think uh your intention is going to be in that, and then yeah, it's going to make a huge difference for everything in your life, but also your dreams because it's I lost my thought.
Oh,
But yeah, you get what I'm saying.
yeah, absolutely. It's just coming back to intention and kind of the idea for this podcast, or you said the tagline earlier is you are what you eat and you are what you think, and both of those things I think have an impact on your dreams. But I think what we're getting to in this discussion is it's the thinking that has the most power. The so that intention. The food is obviously going to or substances that you consume, whatever it may be, is definitely going to have a role to play because different foods affect the chemistry of your body. And, I guess in a way, dreams are involve some sort of chemical signals. There are things that are firing through your brain or molecules that are happening. First of all, you need melatonin to even be in the dream state, so that's at least one avenue that there's a chemical reaction happening. And so definitely foods affect the chemistry of the body, but your thoughts also affect the chemistry of your body. Why? Because thoughts have an energy associated with them. And all a chemical reaction is I'm gonna get a little more sciencey here. Sorry, folks. Hope you appreciate the the science background. I've got my chemistry hat on today. Um, but all a chemical reaction is a movement of electrons, and a flow of electrons is a source of energy. So, if your thoughts have an energy associated with them, then you're gonna be moving electrons in a different in a different way and therefore having a different chemical reaction. And, you know, we've talked about this before where you really can kind of create your own reality. And I was actually listening to a little YouTube video yesterday, and I meant to send it to you, and I forgot to do it. But um, oh man, now I've lost my train of thought. Damn it.
What was the video about?
Yeah. it was kind of about it was kind of about manifesting in a way, but it was a little deeper than that. It was like, oh, I'm trying to pull it out now. It's just it was in my brain and then it left. As quick as it came in, it left. It was, I think we've talked about this. I don't remember if it's been online or offline, but where sometimes, you've got the collective conscience and you've got a wave of information that's coming by and you've got to reach up and grab it. And if you don't do that fast enough, it's gone.
Yep.
So I guess that's what just happened. Maybe I
Yes.
wasn't meant to talk about it, but I feel like I was.
That's all right.
What got me to that stage?
Can't remember.
Okay. Um,
Well, I suppose to just to change the where we're going, what in the reading and that sort of stuff that you were reading, what did you find that would help with dreams? I know we were talking about this before we started recording. So, was there anything that would help that you could do, or you could eat, or you could drink before you went to bed that would help your dreams?
yeah, I mean, it would seem kind of anecdotal about, eating better foods, so vitamins and fruits and stuff like that. But I think anything that you can consume that puts you in a nice or a nice sleepy state, a nice dream state, so that you're getting into the stage of sleep where dreams actually happen, that I think could be beneficial. And so there there are various teas out there. And I have no experience with this particular tea, and that's chamomile tea, which is known as the sleepy time tea. But I've heard other people that they like to drink it before bed because it helps them sleep and whatnot. But I've never actually asked them if it helps them dream. Um, but there is one that we found, and did you want to talk about it, considering it's from the Australian outback?
Well, I don't know how to say it, but the tree, I think it was like let me just quickly. It was like the winged nut tree. Can't say the
The
Latin
fancy
name
name.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tea has got a indigenous name to it. Jilling Young, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so that seems to be really effective with helping you have better dreams. And yeah, I went crazy as soon as you put that information up. I was like, I wonder if I can find that tree to plant at home to that podcast. Are you still there?
Yeah, we've got a lot of interference today. It's unfortunate, so I apologize after the fact to our audience that today's recording is going to be a little glitchy, but hopefully the main message that's supposed to come through will come through. Um, yeah, so it's Gillingun, I guess is what you would call it. It's
Yeah,
a bush plant from the Australian outback. What I thought was absolutely fascinating about it is that, yes, the indigenous cultures use it, but it's been in use for like 40,000 years. It's like one of the longest used psychoactive substances out there. And I don't know that much about Australian indigenous cultures or whatnot, but just the little blurb that I had read is that taking the substances away for them to connect with their ancestors or their gods or whatever you wanna call them. And they actually call that when you take this substance, they actually call it the dreaming.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's yeah, and I suppose it's it's actually a tea. It's not a drug or a psychedelic like people using to, go into those different consciousness states. So it's more of like a relaxant that is helping you reconnect with yourself, your higher self, or your consciousness on that level. And that's why, yeah, I find like you're talking about chamomile tea. I've always drunk chamomile tea, like
Huh.
since I was younger. It was just something that I had like growing up, my grandma and then my mum, and that was, yeah, that was just, it was a normal thing to have. But I never linked it if it made me dream better or anything like it. Did help me sleep and like relax a lot better. So yeah, that's why I was like, oh well, I might experiment and maybe find some other plants that are like a bit stronger or they've got a different effect on the body and you're just combining them together to help with that. Because it's not about using something to um using a tea or a fruit or whatever to help you dream better. It's helping you reconnect with yourself better
Mm.
because then you can dream. Yeah. Let the messages flow. So it's not trying to be dependent on anything outside of yourself. So
Yeah, for
just wanted
sure.
to say
Yeah, no,
that.
absolutely. Because we talked about it coming from the subconscious, right? That's where the dreams are coming through. So, yeah, anything that you can do to allow you to connect better there is going to help your dreams. And that's probably where the intent comes in so strongly as well, because if you're already having that connection with your higher self and you already are putting the intent to have that communication, then definitely that can help help you with your dreams.